Hey everyone, it's Gilz with your post-game walk and talk here in Greensboro as Kansas State advances to the second round of the NCAA tournament with a 77-65 victory over Montana State. Survive and advance, you know what they say. Doesn't matter how you do it as long as you pick up a win. And that's what Kansas State was able to do here tonight in Greensboro. It's late, it's 1 a.m. here local time, and we're just getting started with the post-game coverage here at GoPowercat. But K-State struggled early on against the Bobcats, and maybe some nervous energy, some jitters from the Wildcats just playing in the NCAA tournament. This was a new thing for pretty much the entire roster. You know, Desi Sills has some experience in this tournament. David Gassan's been here before, but by and large, this was a new thing for a lot of these players for Kansas State. And it was tough early. You know, Montana State gave K-State a run for its money before the Wildcats really set in the second half. And you look at the final score, K-State won by 12. This was a good game. I don't want to say this one should have been a nail biter, but a little bit of an inflated final score. You know, Kansas State, it didn't feel like they won by 12 points, but the last 5 minutes of the game, it was all Wildcats, and I think the coaches did a good job of adjusting, especially after halftime, propelling, you know, the Wildcats to a victory. And it felt good, I'm sure, for this team. Jerome Tang's message seemed to be for this team to take a ice bath after the game. After talking to the players in the locker room, that was by and large the overall message from Tang. You know, go 1-0, all that stuff, but Tang knows that this team needs to take care of their bodies, and everybody was in and out of the ice bath getting ready for that Sunday battle against Kentucky. That'll be a good game, and we'll have a lot of coverage coming your way on GoPowercat with what to expect from Wildcats versus Wildcats. But after watching Providence and Kentucky play, Oscar Tshiebwe is going to be the storyline of this one for K-State, and minimizing his impacts is going to be key. Obviously, he's going to get some points, sure, but I think really where Tshiebwe can hurt you is with his offensive rebounding, and K-State's going to have to do something to minimize his impacts on Sunday. You know, Tang didn't really have much to say about Kentucky. He wanted to focus on this one and, you know, kind of celebrate, take this one in, and let his guys know that they won an NCAA tournament game. Kentucky preparation, I'm sure, will start tomorrow, but Tang didn't want to look ahead too much. He kind of wanted to just enjoy this one here tonight. Naquan Tomlin, what's new? Gets in foul trouble early on, picks up a personal foul about a minute into the game, and then got his second before the second media timeout, I believe. And so he was riding the bench for a good chunk of the first half. And then, boy, once he comes back in the second half, just made such a great impact, especially in the ISO ball. You know, Naquan Tomlin is, you know, you can see why people are saying he's got a chance to play in the NBA. You get him one-on-one, he's got a chance to score. You know, Cam Carter, 8 points. He had a good game. Hit a big three-pointer early on for K-State to get some momentum going. Desi Sills, as always, has the energy. You know, David Gassan played well. His first half, you know, I think you could tell he was a little winded at times. He was maybe out of breath, but he had, I think, the game's first points for Kansas State. You go all the way down the line for this roster. Everybody did make an impact. Bebe, great defense down low in the paint. So Keontae Johnson and Marquise Noel, they're always going to be the guys that we talk about, but top to bottom, you know, everybody stepped up for this team, for the Wildcats, and it's going to be you know, K-State's going to have to step up, let's be real, if it wants to beat Kentucky. And I don't want to be all pessimistic here, but, you know, K-State really did struggle, and K-State should feel thankful that it played a 14 seed, because on Sunday, it's going to be a 6 seed. John Calipari is one of the best coaches in the country. It's not going to be easy. This place was full of Kentucky fans, and it's a relatively short drive from here. So it's not going to be an easy one on Sunday. Of course, we'll have all the coverage coming your way, but K-State gets it done, surviving and advancing, getting set for a second round matchup against Kentucky on Sunday.